Well, made it to the dyno with the new engine yesterday. I'm shoving this little chunk of video right here in front of it to kind of talk about the engine a little bit. I didn't do any of that because I just took my phone and set it up in the dyno room, hit play, and recorded everything. I didn't want to be in the way of Mark and Stefan doing their thing, and so I let it record. It recorded about 46 minutes. I'm going to chop that up just a little bit. There's a lot of dead space and unnecessary videoing in there. So I wanted to put this in front of it to kind of talk about the engine just a little bit, since I didn't do that. It's a 9.4 deck Dart iron LS base 427. It's got a used CID LS7 head by CT Porting, Caesar. The intake manifold that's not on the dyno, there's just a carburetor on it, but in the car with fuel injection, I'll have a Sean's custom alloy intake, and you'll see all that later on in some other videos. But a bullet solid roller, Jessel 937 keyway lifters, GRP aluminum rods, Innovators West belt drive setup, and a daily pan and oil pump, real nice stuff. And the engine has about 11.2 to 1 compression. It's gonna drive on pump gas, and I'm gonna race it on methanol with a single turbo, forced inductions turbo. That's pretty much the meat of the makeup of the engine for the important parts. It's on the dyno with a carburetor. I don't remember how big he said the carburetor is. I don't know, 750 or 800, 850. I don't remember what it was. I wasn't paying that much attention. It's just a carburetor. It's going to make it run. Just a carbureted intake that fit on it. Had to stack a couple gaskets to get it spaced up where it'd work on the cylinder heads and stuff. But nothing amazing that's going to make amazing power with that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it on the engine rundown. I wanted to shove this in here before the rest of it, so you kind of know what's going on. But it didn't make a ton of power. It made decent power, but the real magic is going to come with the fuel injected intake and the fuel injection and the boost from the forced inductions turbo. So the video is right after this. Enjoy. Thanks.
And talk about some of the stuff, and then I'll get the head retorqued, put your manifold and all that stuff on it, and put it on a cradle. I got one for couplers with the wheel on it like we wanted. So.
No leaks out of these things?
No, good. He put a nice baffle underneath it too.
Oh, good. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
And if they leak,
And that's just our shop carburetor. That's an unported, just a fucking intake, and it lines up decently. But you know,
we want to go try win races with it.
No, I mean it's just a out of the box GM LS7 that we bought years ago. Just we had something to run stuff like this with, you know.
I sent,
and then we had double stack gaskets to get the height to kind of match up to the heads.
I sent the picture to Caesar to do the heads. I said, "Ever been down on Big Super whatever?" And he said that intake, and sent like a barking emoji. I said, "This is to carburetor. It's just to check the oil system and make sure it's cool."
Yeah. And we got 3 more of them fucking junk bastards down there just for the fucking LS1 and the LS3s and shit too, you know.
Yeah.
But I just use my Oberg filter because it's just a screen filter. It's just like your clergy, except you can't see it till you open it up.
Right.
So I just did like 20 minutes of rain break in and cleaned the first filter, get any lint where I'm going to have a little bit of Teflon. It probably came off of that, so I changed that fade. And then we made 4 runs on it, looked at the filter, and fucking it pops. That was good. And let's see.
Is this the new zero, or is this?
No, I can't put a new zero on until you put your pointer wherever you're going to be. So what you're going to do when you get home, you're going to put the motor on PDC over here. Then you're going to fabricate with this pointer.
Pointer, yeah.
Because this is yours, that's what he sent with it.
A mile away.
So, and whatever, so well, you'll zero it here, and then you'll fabricate whatever you want over here, and then we'll fucking create a new set of numbers. And that's easy to do, we just got it in the rig.
You only need like 3 0, we need 60, and 195.
Yeah, just so you know where everything's phased at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Tanner said, showing Tanner this, and he has a Holley bracket that's over here. Just, I saw the oil pump, the belt and shit, and he said, well, they have something available for that side, so it might be something to look at.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sure this is probably somewhat universal, because they make these fucking things oversized to drive blowers. Cause I'm like, "God damn man, could you be a little fucking closer?" But I get it, you know. And they probably don't sell a tremendous amount of fucking things. But you gotta have something to fucking reference everything off of. Even if they have a reluctor wheel, you still have to have something here, because a lot of times they're not. You know, when you put them on, there's a locating in the fucking dowel pin, but they still got a couple degrees in them, so if you don't know.
If the ignition around, you know, it's gonna go with a little pressure, and you can make sure the sandwich plate down there don't fucking squeak any oil out.
Yeah, leave the ignition off and roll them over. It's got OT right now. I use my pressure canister since I didn't have an inline primer, so I just put my pressure canister right here and fucking loaded the fucking motor. I washed all the rockers oil first, you know, and I'm like, okay, now I've got that, because I didn't want to do that for fucking 10 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
Check our lines after the fucking.
Yep. But the belt track's straight and all that looks fine, you know. I'd like to get the hair tighter, but it must have a little run outside. If you'll get it in another spot, and it's a little loose in another spot. When it warms up, everything must move a little bit, because then it gets a little tighter. So, being a fucking HTE belt like that, should be. And we just made up a couple of these, just to fucking put it on the back. Yeah, they look good. But like I said, we've been down to Mickey Williams delivery road, so we got them, so that was the fucking first part. And they ain't got a fucking vapor one out of the fucking breathers, which is awesome. And I got you two different fittings, because I wasn't, everything we talked about was going with a 12 supply line. And you know, guy's gonna have to work on the block a little bit, or turn the fucking nut back to run a 12. Okay. So for right now, I got a 10. I got two different fittings. And I'll let you decide when you start trying to form shit around. But here's the 12. You know.
Okay.
And I didn't know how he was gonna be in the car. You might even wind up with a 90
Is
right
that,
here.
is that an O-ring?
Yes, an O-ring bar.
Okay,
Yep,
that's good.
yep. So these are the only two ports on the block. These are, if it had a stop oil pump, it had a plug here that we put in, and it would have a line here, come through a filter, and then go back in here.
That's the main oil feed.
This is the main oil feed for the whole fucking engine block.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, these are inexpensive, so I said, fuck, I'll get one of each, then you can see what you can make fucking work, you know? The block is pretty small ported, you know, and the crankshaft's got the smaller oil passage design and stuff in it, so it wouldn't have to have a fucking 12 to supply. You can still leave the 12 out of your pump
Is
through
that
your
what they call
filter.
their high-speed oiling or
It
something
is,
like
it's
that?
got high-speed oil on the crankshaft. So you can run a 10 out of your filter, but if you don't, and you already got shit appropriated, all we'd have to do is do a little grinding, put this fucking nut in the lathe and just bring it, turn the shoulder down, then it'll clear. Okay? And then I got you a water line kit, because I knew we was gonna need one anyway. So it's already on there, if we just put this on it for hanging in line, it comes with another one out here, you can figure out what you wanna do there. But we definitely wanted to get the water out of all four corners of the heads to make sure we didn't get hot spots in it. And that thing ain't bad, it was like $120, and it looked nice and fit good, you know?
So, and then that, so that water, does that go to,
What's that?
is this just cooked in the middle?
Yeah, it just goes to that center block. Here's the line that came with it. I didn't want to put a hose on it, and a guy could cut the end off of this and put another nut on it, but this is the way it would go. Just like that, or like that. And some people, you know, if you had a regular water pump, you would put into there, but you can run this into the return sometimes. So if I was gonna do it, I would do it like that, and I would just fucking knock that end off, flare it, and put another fucking nut on it. You know? Or you can run a fucking braided line yourself, but.
Just hit the twin or something.
Single.
Yeah, big single.
Yeah, 114.
Yeah, you're gonna be a fucking problem, aren't you?
No. No. That pan setup sure is slick.
Yeah, that's a nice son of a bitch.
That's the oil going in. This is oil going in.
Yep.
From the good oil going in the pump.
Oil coming out to the filter.
To the filter.
Yep. And then this will go to your turbo, but we put it to the back of the pan because we had to get some kind of oil in the back of the pump. So that plug that you put in, I just took it out and put a sticking ring.
Okay.
So,
Needs to return.
Yep.
So it's scabbing and turbo return.
Yes.
And I got a Forced Inductions has a, you might have seen it, it's a regulator slash filter. It kicks it down to 40 PSI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a small little, I sent you a picture a few weeks back. It's
Okay.
a small little canister. It has a filter in it, keep it apart and clean.
That's good.
Yeah.
That way you don't flood the fucking turbos, or turbo. Yeah, I've seen that where fucking oil, you can't control it on the seal, because it runs everywhere. And then most people get it mounted in all fucked up places, then they can't get the oil to return, and they still have the same problem.
Yeah, that's a big issue in the 2J world, because they make all kinds of fucking oil pressure. Yeah, if you're gonna fail a seal on a fucking turbo with puke oil in it, it's gonna be that. Because they build about 140 on it.
Yeah. Well, we'll just make another run, and then we'll buzz the covers off of it, and go through the valve lights one more time.
Yeah, you're gonna make Gary do the lash, that way it's familiar.
Fuck yeah. He's been wanting to for the last year, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need to shorten that deal at all, it's not quite on the center, you know, just close. You see it there?
Yeah.
It seemed to sink fine, so.
And I've hooked a power probe to these, and especially like the crank and the cam sync deal. And I've had the power probe on it, and on the audio side where you can hear it beep or whatever, and it's like you just kind of get close to it, and it picks it up.
Yeah. Yep. I still think all that wiring is fucking just, it's fucking nuts.
It is.
Plus, you know, when we got that fuel tech shit in for farm trust deal, That fucking thing was 20 feet long. You could have started at the rear bumper and went to the front and fucking whipped it up. So you could fit it for your application and put your fucking ends on it. What do you do with this fucking junk? It's fucking pre-fucking made. You know, I mean, there's the shit we ain't using here, but I mean, fuck dude, that's all you got.
Yeah.
And it's stupid fucking money.
Yeah.
And it don't all come, you know?
We'd probably make an extension on this if you want it, for another 6 feet, it's fucking.
Well, this fucking thing here was a little over $500 and some. And then a couple days later, I told you, Chris called me, hey, you need a power fucking supply harness. I'm like, what? So that one, that's $106. And I'm like, you people.
Just bend over.
It is. And then it has to have fucking, it's EPS in it or it will fucking operate right. So we took one off of the throttle body and fucking synced it, you know. I don't know. It is what it is, but gosh dang.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll make another run. That way we got some good heat for fucking head and rockers and push off and blow the covers off of them. All right. Close your valve cover bolts out of there, Chief.
No leaks.
It's got a flat washer and a neoprene gasket underneath
Magnet you
that.
handed me.
Yeah. I'll look it up when we're done here. Make sure it doesn't hit nothing.
Well, I was making sure it's sitting on the plastic, not in the water.
Oh. That's why I said flat washer and a little neoprene gasket. So where's your sister live?
Abilene?
Oh, really? Okay.
She's been there for a long time.
You said she's 8 years older than you, so she's a couple years older than me, man.
Yes. She turned 62 in December, I think.
Yeah, she's going back to transfers the heat right fucking now.
Yeah, she's working through that now.
Yeah.
It's hot too.
Yeah.
Raise them up and then tip them off.
There's a reason Bob always said that Dad has asbestos fingers.
This one just fucking with shit all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Let me show you something over here.
Get it and go, right?
You have the shafts are flattened on the corners.
Yep.
If you get them mixed up, then they won't sit on next to each other.
So keep them fucking right.
Might be a good idea just to fucking
Engrave them, yeah. I engraved all the push rods in it because there's two different lengths by 50,000 because of that fucking offset. So I do these just like I do in the handouts. Exhaust starts to open, I check my intake. And,
Snug.
yeah, and with aluminum heads, man, a few degrees cool, that fucker's tight. A few degrees warmer than that, it's fucking power too loose. Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
You always do it hot or cold?
I set them at 15 cold as a base, And then, like I said, that middle 150, 155 was fucking 20.
Getting trained up, so he's ready to John Force.
It's a little snugger. It's a little looser. Just there's not really a
Not a drag on.
not really a push to go. It's just right there.
Shit's new. The push rods are pressed together and the cups are pressed in the fucking lifter too, so I like to roll through them the first few times, several times.
Yep.
Would you ready to John Force service this thing with 20 minutes between rounds?
It's been a long time since I've been into this.
Roll the other side.
Wipe off your rail over here and shit.
You know, one thing I don't like about this, and there ain't much fucking guy can do,
Let me do your upper rail before you bump it.
it's gonna be hard to fucking get a spring rater on that shit. That's the other thing I don't like about these guys making these heads. You've got an open platform. If that fucker just would have been up here, you can't hook nothing on them. You know, even if you fucking stiff it up on the lip and pop it back down, there ain't no place. And if you grind everything forward, there's no fucking place to seal a dog cutter. About these steel motherfuckers, they're fucking nuts, man. When they get a bite, they get a bite.
Good. Good. Anything you get the best, a little snuggish?
Yep.
Snugger down.
I don't know how long it takes to get to the point where you can jump around like he does, fucking back and forth across the head. I can't fucking do it.
I gotta,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I gotta do it in a row.
It's snug.
Snug.
It's not loose. Good.
Yeah, this dude's dyslexic as shit and can't type a fucking email, but he can jump around on that shit. Like, how? What is going
If
on?
you've been jumping them since you was fucking 10 years old.
That's right.
You can do it too.
I've been doing it for fucking 10 or 15 years.
You know, people used to come to the, I go to the racetrack with Dad. And they come over, yeah, and they go, hey, can we just down? And Dad's like, I'm busy, Mark will go do it for you. And they're like, you know, fucking little kid.
Yeah, yeah.
He's fine, he's better than you guys are, it's the way I go, you know?
Yep.
But, yeah, like I said, that,
The starter deal, did you get
I
any of
talked to
that?
Ed. This is what he told me. He says, I don't care how thick the flywheel, I don't care how far in it is. Tell me the percentage of the gear that is in the flywheel. He said, measure the gear. So I measured the depth, and it was like 600 thousandths. And I said, it's in like fucking 330. He said, we want 50 to 75% tooth engagement is all we want. I said, I'd like to have 100%. No, you don't. He said, this is what we call for. He said, it'll be just fine. I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking, maybe it won't eject it fast enough, you know, because when the motor fires, it's supposed to spin it out. I told him, I said, well, when the fucking flywheel doesn't have a changeable ring gear and it's $600 fucking dollars. I didn't want the guy to break a tooth off some night in the staging lanes if it fucking spit back on him, you know? You're good to go, nothing wrong.
Good to
I'm
go.
like,
Okay.
that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I said, I fucking didn't make the gaskets, but I apologize, that deal sucked. Fucking put water in that motherfucker, and it run down the fucking front of the fucking block, down that fucker, like it didn't even have a fucking gasket. And then it was fucking, bloop,